Heading 140 is where we take a closer look at your tweets. So let's take a closer look at today's example. Listen up.
사실은 외국인 친구를 만들려고 트위터를 시작했어요.
트위터로 외국인 친구를 만들고 싶은데 어떻게 다가가야 할까요?
Today's topic is, of course, making friends abroad. So that's what today's tweets will be about as well. Let's take a closer look at the first example. 사실은 외국인 친구를 만들려고 트위터를 시작했어요. You've written for us. To be entire honest with you, I start Twitter so I can make a foreign friend. So to be entire honest, you're trying to emphasize that you're being very honest. It's not entire, but rather, how about entirely, because you're trying to emphasize the honest factor, to be entirely honest with you. And of course, this is something that you started in the past. 뭔가 트위터를 이미 시작했잖아요. 과거형이어야겠죠? I started Twitter. Why? Because so I can make a foreign friend. Now, first of all, if you want to use the word foreign, you need to use the word foreigner. But like I mentioned earlier, I don't really like the word foreigner because I think the word foreign has a very negative connotation. So I think it's better if you say, so I can make a friend abroad. 또는 friends abroad라고 할 수도 있겠죠, if you're talking about many different people. So altogether, you could say, to be entirely honest with you, I started Twitter so I can make a friend abroad. I have my recommendation as well, but the Korean sentence one more time says, 사실은 외국인 친구를 만들려고 트위터를 시작했어요. Now I'm going to use very similar sentences, but translated to something a little bit different, and it says, honestly, it means the same thing as to be entirely honest with you, right? It's just shorter. Honestly, I made a Twitter account just so I can make a friend abroad. It's very similar, right? Just a couple of different things as opposed to just saying so that I can make. I just added the word just so I can make. Now this is emphasizing that this was the one and only reason for my volunteering or trying to start out a Twitter account. Honestly, I made a Twitter account just so I can make a friend abroad. Same thing, I use the word friend abroad. All right, let's take a closer look at the second tweet. What does it say? 트위터로 외국인 친구를 만들고 싶은데 어떻게 다가가야 할까요? You've written, I really want to make a friend from a different country. How should I approach? Now, I really want to, of course, you need to be able to connect these one by one. I really want to make a friend from a different country because you're talking about one country, right? Here in this context, you would either have to say from different countries, so it needs to be plural, or you need the word in there to emphasize that it's one country. I really want to make a friend from a different country. How should I approach? 어떻게 다가가야 할까요? 무엇을 다가갈 건지 설명을 해야겠죠? But to explain or elaborate, it would be very long. So how about just referring to the whole thing as this? How should I approach this? 이 모든 것을 친구를 만들고 싶은데 어떻게 다가가야 할까요? How should I approach this? And I have my recommendation as well. First of all, the Korean sentence one more time says, 트위터로 외국인 친구를 만들고 싶은데 어떻게 다가가야 할까요? And I have my set of example as well, and it says, I would love to make friends with someone from a different country. 똑같은 표현이죠. 똑같은 말인데 다른 단어들을 응용했을 뿐이에요. I would love to make friends with someone from a different country. 다른 나라에서 온 친구를 만들고 싶어요. I would love to make friends with someone from a different country. How should I approach this? This is exactly the same as we said before. 어떻게 다가가야 할까요? How should I approach this? And of course, this is referring to what I mentioned before, the whole entire first sentence. So one last time. I would love to make friends with someone from a different country. How should I approach this? You know, in my opinion, if you want to make friends from abroad, just introduce yourself. Tweet them. That's what Twitter is all about. Connecting to people from all over the world. Of course, for people in Korea who want to learn English, like all of us, maybe Twitter is the appropriate place. All right, on this note, we're ready to move on to our final segment of the day, which is Celebrity Tweet. Here we go. Welcome to Celebrity Tweet. This is where we take a closer look at a famous person's tweet, usually a celebrity or a politician. Today's guest of honor is an American singer. She's very famous for her song known as The Way I Am. She has a very soulful, folky voice, which makes her very easy to approach, and it's very appropriate to listen to her songs on a rainy day or a snowy day inside a cafe with a cup of latte, actually. Perfect evening. All right, most recently, Ingrid Michaelson tweeted, "Eating a freshly hard-boiled egg in public is brave." 자, 용기에 대해서 말씀하고 있는데요. Eating a freshly hard-boiled egg가 뭘까요? Hard-boiled egg는 삶은 계란이죠. 삶은 계란. 삶은 계란을 공공장소에서 먹는 거, 특히 바로 삶은, 냄새가 아주 지독하게 나는 삶은 계란을 공공장소에서 먹는 건 그게 진짜 용기가 필요한 것 같아요. 그게 정말 용기입니다. 이렇게 표현을 해주셨어요. Now, of course, she's highlighting the fact that it takes courage to be so bold, to not care about what other people say. 다른 사람들이 나를 어떻게 보든 상관하지 않는 거죠. Eating a freshly hard-boiled egg in public is